Hi everyone, Allan Knight. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, given of course the circumstances. I hope you're safe, keeping healthy, and turning what appears to be a negative experience into something very positive. I'm very happy today to be interviewing a very dear friend of mine, Lisa Spillman, who I've known for years. She's a wonderful person, does a lot of great work, and is the perfect person to have on today because of how she helps people with their stress and anxiety and all those wonderful things. So Lisa, welcome.
Thank you, Allan. I'm so excited to be here. This is actually my first online experience like
Ever? Oh, we shouldn't tell people. They wouldn't know it anyway. But
Okay, well, I just want to be transparent because I know this is the time to be transparent. So.
And I know I've known you for a while, and I know how transparent you are, and it's a beautiful quality that you have.
Thank you.
So why don't you tell us very briefly, give us an overview of your background and how you came to be working in this profession that you've chosen.
Okay, so thank you. And you know, before I start, I just want to acknowledge what everyone's going through. And I truly believe that we're going to overcome this. So it's about, you know, just staying healthy and really honoring each other's space. So, okay, I worked as a personal trainer for 20 years. It was my passion to be physically fit. And I was introduced to spirituality in 1990. So it wasn't something that initially grasped me until I was introduced to a spiritual text called A Course in Miracles. Long story short, I delved into it and started to understand a little bit more about spirituality. So here I was working on the body all the time. Now I've incorporated a spiritual component. And about 10 years ago, I fell into depression and I couldn't understand it because here I was, you know, studying spirituality. All good. No worries.
We had a disruption, but we roll with the punches, don't we?
Go with it. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll turn it off. Go ahead. Keep going.
And I couldn't really understand it. And I knew, though, that there had to be an answer. I wasn't ready to end my life, although I was pretty close in my thoughts. And a technology was introduced to me from a former partner that actually saved my life. And it's called brainwave optimization. And I went through the process of doing it and really got that this was the next part of my evolution. Now, what's interesting is that incorporates the mind. So here I was, I'd studied the body. I'd studied nutrition, learned about spirituality, became really well versed in that aspect, and now I was studying the mind. So I felt almost like it was complete for me, mind, body, spirit, and now incorporating the heart. So that is what I'm currently doing. I'm working as a life coach. I'm helping people using this technology, although given the current circumstances, I'm only providing life coaching now, as the Wellness Center is not operational at this time.
So that's a very inspiring story, obviously. Now, when you reflect on the different over the years and all the clients that you have seen, what would you say are the top, let's say, 2 or 3 issues they have? At the end of the day, what are the top 2 or 3 issues?
You know what? That's such a good question, Allan. I get asked that question a lot. And what I find is at the top is stress. People don't know how to deal with stress. Now, stress is important because it gets us moving, but stress built up over time will actually dysregulate the nervous system. And then we can't make heads or tails of a situation that we overreact to instead of responding to. So we become immersed in that situation. So there's that. Sleeping as well. So stress has a huge impact on the body, going into things like people not being able to sleep, which then impacts the nervous system even more. And then that leads to depression. So there's so many facets, but definitely stress being the most important thing and how to manage stress.
Okay, and the word life coach, it comes out often because aside from doing my own personal videos, I do a lot of interviewing like this. And there's so many life coaches, and not that they need to be so different, but a lot of people like to know what makes this person unique. Now, I know what makes you unique is who you are, so that's a given. But if someone was to ask you, what makes you unique as a life coach, do you have a clear answer for that?
You know, first of all, thank you, Allan, because you do know me. Thank you for seeing me the way you do. I really get in touch with people's hearts. I think for me, we have this beautiful heart that keeps us alive every day. And if we really understood the magnitude of what this beautiful heart does, the heart is actually called the little brain. So when I get into a person's world and I connect with them at a heart-centered level, people's walls come down. And to follow a protocol of what a traditional life coach does, it gets away from who the person is. It's the goals, which are important. But if we don't uncover what's holding people back from achieving these goals, which is usually fear, then we keep working on the goals and why we're not achieving the goals. So I like to go right into what's keeping this person from achieving that. And that's connecting with a person's heart.
Wow, I could tell firsthand that what stands out to me, because I've known you for a while, is that there are a lot of counselors and coaches that are really good, but a lot of their work is kind of therapeutic almost, and it's very cerebral. And I know one of the qualities that you have, you're very, very intuitive. You see through people's bullshit right away. And that's one of the redeeming qualities you have. So that's fantastic. Now, the last thing before we kind of end this short little video is, given the circumstances and COVID and all the stress, as you say, that exists in the world around us, it's only been increased more and more, the feeling of isolation. What are some of the things you'd want to remind people of more than ever at this time?
So yes, thank you, Allan. I know we can't get away from the news. It's everywhere. It's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, but it's to be mindful that we're so affected by our environment. Our little cells in our body are responding to the kind of environment that we're in, positive or negative. And we complain that, there's so much stress. Well, we're watching things that are creating more stress in our bodies. So if you want to watch the news, make sure that you meditate. Give yourself even 5 minutes to close your eyes and reflect on things that you're grateful for. Having an attitude of gratitude, that will actually change your cells in your body and help create a more environment of balance. So it's about, where do we find the balance of what do we want to put our focus on? The news, and then we find the balance with.
Wow, no one is going to believe that this is your first interview on YouTube, on video. No one. It's beautiful. What you're saying is fantastic.
Thank you,
How
Allan.
would people get in touch with you if they would like to get to know more about the services you provide? How would they get in touch with you?
So I do have a website that is currently active right now. It's www.masteryourmind.ca, or you can email me at lisa@yourhealthymind.ca.
Thank you so much. We got to do this again, Lisa.
Thank you, Allan. And thank you to all the people who are participating in this with us. We wish you wellness.
Thank you so much. And if anyone would like to get in touch with myself, you can do that at allanknight.com or allan@allanknight.com. I'm very happy to do a 45-minute evaluation and assessment and see if there's a fit for personal coaching. And if there's no fit for personal coaching, I'm happy to give you a free ebook, Mind Gone Wild, complimentary of myself. Lisa, take care. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.